Hello and welcome to the course of Power Transmission Engineering. In today's lecture, we are going to analyze the performance of a short transmission line. In the previous lecture, we have seen the classification of transmission line. There are three types of transmission line. One is a short transmission line. Second one is a medium transmission line. And the third one is long transmission line. So short transmission line means the length of the transmission line is less than 80 kilometers. Medium transmission line, the length is between 80 to 200 kilometers. And for long transmission line, the length is greater than 200 kilometers, and the operating voltages are, for a short transmission line it is less than 20 kilovolts, and for medium transmission line it is between 20 kilovolts to 100 kilovolts, and for long transmission line it is greater than 100 kilovolts. Further, we studied that there are four parameters to analyze the short transmission line. They are resistance, inductance, capacitance and conductance. The conductance parameter is neglected, it is assumed to be 0. The resistance, inductance and capacitance are considered for the analysis. The inductance and capacitance and resistance are considered for short transmission line, medium and long transmission line. For short and medium transmission line, L and C are assumed to be lumped, whereas for long transmission line, L and C are assumed to be distributed. So this is what you have studied, because the transmission voltage across the length of the line will remain almost same for length that is less than 200 kilometers. Therefore, the effect of inductance and capacitance can assume to be lumped. However, for greater lengths, for large lengths, they are to be considered as distributed parameters. They are to be considered as distributed parameters. So today we will analyze the short transmission line in detail. This is the equivalent circuit of a short transmission line. You have a series resistance and a inductance. The effect of capacitance is neglected. Why? Because we have seen in the last class the charging current is proportional to voltage and capacitance, because the frequency is constant. So for voltage which is high, the charging currents will be high, therefore the effect of capacitance cannot be neglected. But for short transmission line, the operating voltage is less than 20 kilovolts, therefore the effect of capacitance, the shunt parameter capacitance, can be neglected. The voltage is less, therefore, and also the length of the transmission line is small, that is less than 80 kilometers. That means the number of capacitors in parallel are also less, therefore the effect of capacitance is neglected. This is what we have seen in last class. Okay. So this is the equivalent circuit. We will take the total impedance Z. Z is equal to R plus J into omega L or J into XL. This is the sending end voltage Vs, sending end current Is, receiving end current IR and receiving end voltage VR. Okay. So this is the series parameter which is having inductance and resistance. Okay. So what is Vs? Vs is sending end voltage VR is receiving end voltage, IS 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 and IR are sending and receiving end currents. Okay. Now we apply KVL to this circuit, we will get Vs is equal to VR plus Is or IR into Z. All these are phasors, so all the AC phasors are represented with this symbol dash or bar. Okay. Here the sending end current is equal to the receiving end current. This is the sending end or generating end. This is the receiving end or load end. Okay. So we will draw the phasor diagram, and then followed by that we will derive the equations for the short transmission line. Okay. So initially for the short transmission line, we will take the receiving end current IR as the reference. So let us take receiving end current IR as the reference phasor. Most of the loads are lagging power factor loads, therefore the receiving end voltage should lead the receiving end current by an angle. Say this angle is, you can call it as phi r. This is the receiving end power factor angle. The current IR is lagging VR, or VR is lagging IR by an angle phi r. Phi r is the receiving end power factor angle. Okay. Now to IR you add the drop IR into R, and you add, so this should be added to VR. So here this is IR, so to VR you add IR into R, and perpendicular to this you add IR into XL. XL is J into omega L. So you will get IR into Z. IR into Z. What is IR into Z plus VR? It is nothing but Vs. So this is Vs. Vs. So this is the phasor diagram for the short transmission line. Remember, you have to take IR as the reference. Now IR is same as IS. Therefore, the angle between VR and IR can be taken as phi s, where phi s is the sending end power factor angle. So let us write them here. Phi r is receiving end power factor angle, and phi s is sending end power factor angle. This is the phasor diagram of a short transmission line. Okay. Now, in order to derive what are the components of sending end voltage and sending end current, and find out the relation between sending end voltage, sending end current with the receiving end voltage and receiving end current. See here, we are having the phasor diagram like this. this is extended like this, this is also extended like this. So let us draw a bigger one for clarity. So this is the reference, okay. So this is VR and this is phi r. So what will be this component? Suppose this point is O, this point is A, OA will be equal to what? VR into cos phi, that is the component along the reference. Now what will be this component? This is the perpendicular component, this will be VR into sin phi r, this angle is phi r, therefore VR cos phi r, VR sin phi r, clear. Similarly you can see this is Vs which is at an angle phi s. So this is Vs. So Vs will have a component Vs cos phi s and it will have a perpendicular component Vs sin phi s. Okay. Now you can see that suppose this is IR, this is IXL, this will be I into Z. So let me take this point as point B, okay. So from this phasor diagram it is clear that OA is equal to VR cos phi r, AB is equal to I into R and OB is equal to Vs cos phi s. Similarly we will see the vertical components. So let us take this point as C and this point as D, okay. So what is BC? BC will be VR sin phi r and CD will be IR into XS and BD which is nothing but Vs sin phi s. Is it clear? So now we will move to write the equations. So from here OB is equal to OA plus OB. So what is OB? Vs OB is Vs cos phi s is equal to OB is equal to OA plus AB, that is VR cos phi r plus AB is I into R or IR into R. So let us take this as some equation. So equation number 1. Similarly the vertical components B into BD is equal to BC plus CD. So what is BD? Vs sin phi s is equal to VR sin phi r plus IR into X. So this I will take it as equation number 2. All these are phasors, okay. All these are phasors. For simplicity I am simply writing it as only the magnitude, we are not considering the phasor. Now we have got two equations, equation number 1 and equation number 2. We will square these two equations and add them and we will see the results, okay. So Vs, so equation 1 square plus equation 2 square. On the left hand side I will have Vs square cos square phi s plus Vs square sin square phi s plus on the right hand side you have two components. You can use the formula a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2 into a into b. Therefore VR square cos square phi r plus IR square into R square plus 2 into IR VR R cos phi r plus, so this is one entire term, plus VR square sin square phi r plus IRX whole square plus 2 into IR VR x sin phi r. Okay. Now we know the trigonometric formula cos square plus sin square is equal to cos square phi plus sin square phi is equal to 1. So using that relation, we can write on the left hand side, we can take Vs square common and we can write Vs square into cos square phi s plus Vs square into sin square phi s will be Vs square. Similarly, these two terms will be added to give Vr square, because cos square phi plus sin square phi is equal to 1, plus you write this term 2 into IR VR R cos phi r plus 2 into IR VR x sin phi r plus IR whole square plus IR x whole square. So from the right hand side, now you take VR square as common outside, so you will get the equation as Vs square is equal to VR square into 1 plus, so here you are taking out VR, so in the denominator you will have VR, therefore cos phi r upon VR, because VR square into VR square divided by VR will give you VR, okay, plus 2 into IR x sin phi r, here I forgot r, sin phi r upon VR plus IR square whole square plus IRX whole square upon VR square. Okay. Now we take the square root on both sides of this equation and we will redraw it. We will rewrite it. Okay. So what we are going to get is Vs is equal to Vr into, this is by taking square root on both sides. So this is 1 plus 2 into IR into R cos phi r by VR plus 2 into IR into x sin phi r upon VR plus this last component, that is IR into R square plus IR into x square upon VR square. This is whole under root, because we are taking the square root on both sides. Don't forget this one square root. Now by using this equation and doing the Taylor series expansion, by expanding this above equation using Taylor series and neglecting higher order terms, what we get is Vs is equal to Vr into, this is 1, this 1 will be there, Okay. Next, f dash by 2 factorial. So this 1 by 2 into 2 will cancel. So you will get only IR into R cos phi R upon VR plus IR into X sin phi R upon VR, and this will be eliminated. So this is the final equation you will get, and we will rearrange it, where you will get Vs is equal to, you multiply VR inside VR plus IR into R cos phi R plus IR into X sin phi R. Okay. So this is the equation which will give the relation between the sending end voltage in terms of the receiving end voltage, receiving end current, and the parameters. So this equation will be helpful for us to determine what is the voltage regulation. So remember this equation number 3. To summarize, we have started with the equivalent circuit of a short transmission line. We eliminated the effect of capacitance, and then we draw the phasor diagram. From the phasor diagram, we derive the relations between voltage and current and take the projections on the horizontal component and the vertical components. You square them, you solve this using the Taylor series expansion, and finally you will get this equation number 3. Up to here it is clear? Okay. Now what is our main motto? Our aim is to find out what is the performance of this transmission line, what is the performance of short transmission line. So how do we determine the performance of short transmission line? By determining what is the regulation and what is the efficiency of the transmission line. For that, let us proceed further. Percentage voltage regulation. So we have studied what is percentage voltage regulation. It is the change in receiving end voltage when a load is suddenly removed, expressed as a fraction of receiving end voltage at constant Vs and frequency. At constant Vs and frequency. So here we have seen the equivalent circuit. So this is the equivalent circuit. This is Vs, this is Vr. Okay. Now at no load, IR is equal to 0. This is IR, which is equal to 0. If you substitute in equation number 3, if you substitute IR is equal to 0, what you will get? Vs is equal to same as Vr. So substitute here, percentage regulation is equal to Vs minus Vr upon Vr. Because you are using percentage, you have to multiply with 100. So this is how you calculate the voltage regulation for a short transmission line. This will give the approximate results because we are removing the higher order terms. Okay. Next, efficiency. What is efficiency? Power delivered at the receiving end upon power that is at the sending end, or you can also write it as the power that is received or delivered to the receiving end upon power delivered to the receiving end plus whatever the I square R losses. Generally the transmission lines are 3-phase transmission lines. Therefore efficiency can be written as equal to, suppose P is the power that is delivered at the receiving end, and then P by, there are 3 lines, and the total current flowing is IR. The total current that is flowing through this R is IR, which is same as IS, that is equal to, let us say, I at full load. This is at full load. So I square R. If you want percentage, simply multiply with 100. So here VR is receiving end voltage, that is at full load, or you can also call it as rated value, rated voltage. Okay. Now VR dash, what is VR dash? Receiving end voltage at no load, receiving end voltage. Okay. So this is how you determine the efficiency and regulation of a short transmission line. Okay. So in the next class we will do the numericals based on these formulas. So this is the procedure. Thank you.